Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to open up and tell you guys what I find personally hard about my specific ADHD, which is the combined type, to some of the things I find the most difficult about living with ADHD. So I'm going to start by kind of telling you the traits that I specifically find hard. Then I'm going to go into a little bit more detail for each and every one of them, so you guys get to know me a little bit more and kind of get to understand my struggles with ADHD. But first, if you could smash me a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'll forever be grateful. So let's get on to the video. So for me personally, my biggest challenge every single day is my impulsiveness. Being impulsive means, you know, I don't even consider the consequences of spending the money or doing something. The consequences don't even come to mind. It's very much like I want to do it and I want to do it now. And you know, that's got me in so many bad predicaments throughout my 22 years of life. I've gotten myself in money issues, you know, I've done bad things in, you know, with my car, and I've just basically not listened to I've not followed rules, and I've been impulsive, and I've just done what I wanted to do, and you know, it's all down to the spur of the moment. I don't think about the consequences and the future, you know. I don't think about how it can affect the future. It's very much like, well, tomorrow's tomorrow and I want to do it now, so I'll do it now and then think about tomorrow. I don't think about things like a normal person would. I'm very I want to do it now, and it's really hard for not only me but people around me, because it's hard for them to keep up. And even though, you know, people might be like, Molly, it's a really bad idea, there's no reasoning with me. It's almost like once I've got an idea, I'm gonna do it. There's no oh yeah, I'll sit back and think about that. But ever since I started my ADHD medication, it's really helped me be able to kind of take a step back, think about the consequences, and take a little bit longer to think about, is it worth it, is it not worth it, is it an investment or is it an impulsive buy and I'm not going to really ever use it. Or, you know, I have learnt strategies to help me, and I will be doing videos about some of the strategies and coping mechanisms I have learnt throughout this journey. So this trait doesn't just affect me, it affects my whole family and everybody around me. So I have really low frustration tolerance, and my mood can change instantly. It can go from being a little bit agitated to absolutely raging, livid, and then I can go back from being livid to literally okay with a snap of a finger, and it's crazy. It's really hard for not only me to keep up with, but people around me. So people have described kind of living with me and being in my company as walking on eggshells, because I'm so unpredictable. My moods are unpredictable. Some days having a joke is okay and I'll be bantering with you and I'll be able to take a joke, but some other days, depending on my mood, having a joke is literally kind of baiting me, and I will blow. I will take it like a fish will take when you go fishing. You're reeling me in and I'm gonna bait, and I'm gonna bite and it's gonna blow, and that's usually what happens. So yeah, my mood swings and my kind of low frustration tolerance is another issue for me, which I find super hard, because I can't really do a lot of things that I wish I could do, because I just don't have the patience with my impulsiveness and my inability to kind of stay cool and collected, and cool, calm and collected. That's not in my dictionary. I literally jump from one thing to the other thing and it's like poof. People are like, whoa, that came out of nowhere, but in my mind it's justified, and because I'm getting angry, that's justified. So it's like so yeah, my mood swings they're just unpredictable, guys. They are unpredictable. So another one for me personally is obsession and hyperfixation. So for me, I get really absorbed and obsessed to things. Not even inanimate objects. Basically, not even to things like cars or aeroplanes or trains or makeup. No, I don't find anything interesting like that. I get really fixated to people and to things that really don't need to be fixated upon. But I get really obsessed with people, and that is why I think relationships and friendships are so difficult to me, because I don't understand the concept between kind of being too in their personal space, not being in their personal space, but then like being too distant. I just don't know how to read between the lines when it comes to like what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, and I usually just become so obsessed that people are like, whoa, get the out of my face. So yeah, personal space, kind of obsession, hyperfixation, that's really difficult to me. So for me, it's having no fear. That's the next one, having no fear. That does go kind of alongside my impulsiveness, but the thing is, with having no fear, it really does kind of make a lot of situations pretty dangerous, especially with my driving. That's why I voluntarily gave up driving, because I just had no fear and I had no boundaries when it came to people's safety, my safety, speed limits. You know, it was all kind of a challenge to me rather than it's for your safety. Like, you know, I had no fear. So going over that speed limit and getting in trouble with the police, things like that weren't like, authority doesn't scare me, and boundaries don't scare me. It's almost like they're challenges to me. So I had to learn that actually, no, this is not safe. So yeah, having no fear has really affected multiple things in my life, but especially my driving, you know, especially when I'm out with people that may not bring the best Molly out in me. You know, the version of Molly that comes out when I'm with people that don't necessarily bring out the best. That's when my no fear comes into play, and I literally will do anything to be accepted, to be a part of a friendship group. You know, it can come in really kind of handy sometimes, but other times it's a curse. So yeah, I have no fear. I will try everything, and like I say, I don't think of the consequences. So this one, I know a lot of you guys with ADHD are going to understand this one, and it's interrupting and talking over people. So for me, again, that's a big issue. It comes... oh, a lot of people get annoyed with me. They think I'm being rude, but the thing is, I don't necessarily mean to talk over you or to talk about myself. I don't mean it like selfishly or rudely. I mean it like that's the only way I can connect with you is if I can connect an experience I've been through, turn it around to be onto me so that I can connect with you. So to me, that's like, well, if I can get involved, they're going to know I care. Like, that's my way of showing that I'm listening and coming back to you with, well, I am listening, and I've done that too, and like get involved with the chat. That's how I deal with it in social situations. It can come across rude, and I am so sorry. But yeah, so like talking over people, interrupting people, finishing off people's sentences, and basically just being loud and obnoxious when I'm talking. People don't get a word in edgeways, basically, and people get really annoyed that I overtalk, and yeah. So basically, interrupting, talking about myself, turning things around about me, it can come across rude and selfish, but I don't mean it like that. But yeah, that's another big thing I personally struggle with. So another thing that I struggle with is jealousy and my anger. But the thing is, I've spoken about this a little bit before in videos, so I'm not going to bore you guys. But I do struggle with jealousy from my sibling. You know, I do try my hardest to not get jealous of her like achievements and her goals. But I find, you know, why can't I be doing that? What's wrong with me? Why can't I do that? And because she's doing it, I'm almost like jealous, and I get angry because she can do it and I can't. And I set these kind of big milestones for myself, and that is what causes the jealousy, because it's like, well, if she can do it, why can't I? And I set this whole thing up, and then I realise actually I can't do it. Then I get angry, and it just turns into a whole like horrible, envious, jealousy cycle that I wish I didn't do, but I do it. Another one is eye contact. Eye contact for me is super hard. You'll probably notice in these videos my eyes dart like here, there and everywhere. But I just find it hard to even look at a camera, and like, I just find it hard to keep my eyes focused on one thing. I find it hard, and especially with humans. With people, I find it very difficult. It's uncomfortable, like physically uncomfortable. It makes me feel sick. My mind, when I'm trying to, in a conversation, my mind's going, look them in the eye, make sure to look them in the eye, look in the eye. Then I'm thinking, am I looking them too in the eye? Oh my God. And my mind just goes out of control, and I'm like, what the hell am I meant to be doing? Am I meant to be looking at them or not looking in them? Oh my God. Then I feel like I'm staring into their soul, and I'm just like, what the? So yeah, I just find eye contact very difficult. So the next one is sleeping. I find sleeping very difficult. I co-slept with my mum, and for a very long time, probably older than you probably should, but I did, and I still actually sleep in my parents' bedroom because I just can't sleep. And to me, I used to be very embarrassed about the fact that I still do, but the thing is, if I have a full night's sleep in my parents' room without a panic attack, that's a win. But if I was to sleep in my own room on my own, I'd be waking up 4 or 5 times a night having a panic attack. And that was the reason why I gave my sister my bedroom, and it was almost like, well, I'm going to sleep with my mum in my mum's room because I just can't do it. I'm just going to sleep in my mum and dad's bedroom on the floor, you know, over the other side, so that they have their privacy and I have mine. But it just works out like that, and that's how it is. But yeah, sleeping is very, very difficult for me. So the next one is self-esteem. So self-esteem is something that I struggle with a lot. I compare myself. I have an issue with my weight and like eating. I always worry that I'm not good enough for other people, and then I downplay who I am, and then I get very anxious around people. Then I start acting in ways that I think people want me to act. So basically masking. I find it very, very difficult. So they're the things that I find hard. I am going to be going into more depth about them in another video. I just wanted to put another video up on my channel so you guys know I still exist. I have started my own sticker business where I sell stickers, I create stickers, all about ADHD, neurodiversity and basically mental health all together. I do that to raise awareness. I earn a little bit of cash, but not a lot. And I just do it because I really enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching this channel. And thank you for supporting me. If you can give me a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'll forever be grateful. So let's get on. Nope. See you next time. Bye.